Alrighty, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. So today's video is going to be short. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be to the point. And you know, some people aren't going to like it, but it's the same as yesterday, all right? It's just another one of those insights that, hey, I don't really care how crazy I look when I'm saying it, all right? I told myself I'd ring my bell if it popped up. I'm going to ring the freaking bell. Popping up. We're here, all right? You have your RSI. Your daily RSI is now at 69. I told you guys if we do see the RSI pop up above 68.5, I'll be ringing my bell. All right, we have this point of divergence over here. It's at 73.76. All right, so that's your potential for the upside on the RSI here, which tells me you likely only have a few trading sessions left to the upside if that is going to remain the case. And because this divergence has not popped up even once during this bear market, except at the absolute top, yeah, I don't think it's going to be burned. I think it's probably going to hold on in there. And there's honestly a chance that today we see an intraday reversal and we see this RSI even come back under 68.48, which would, hold that triple bearish divergence intact. So that is something I'm looking at. Let's run through the next thing I'm looking at. DXY. DXY did have its close over here. When we are somewhere down here, I told you guys, when we finally do get a daily close over this trend line, which is the upper trend line of our bullish falling wedge here, all right, which we now have a breakout on the weekly and on the daily, and we did have the weekly time frame suggested we were going to begin that bounce. And we have the double bottom. We'll have these price. Well, one price target is already in play. I think it's the 109.51, and then the 111 one, I believe, is for the double bottom. It's one or the other, which you need a confirmation close above 105.883 there. Regardless, you got your breakout. You haven't had the breakout for all of 2020, not all of 2022, all of 2023 so far. And then like a lot of 3 months of 2022 there. So what is that, like 7-8 months that we've been in this wedge here, and now we're breaking out? All right, the last wedge we had over here, well, set the tone for the bear market. There you go. All right, so that's something I'm looking at. Now, the one thing I'm sketch about, I will actually tell you guys right now, all right, the one thing I'm sketch about is VIX, all right, which I just realized VIX is not up here. Mr. VIX still has this gap, and that just, this is just reason for me to be sketchy, all right, or I will be skeptical about, any upside move here on VIX, any downside move over on the indices. I'm going to be skeptical until we come down here and fill this gap. I would love for it to happen today, but I'll also tell you right now, all right, your boy did just take his July puts. We are up there, so yeah, I mean, also, I kind of would love for this thing to plummet. But yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys with a message right here, and maybe, some people are gonna look at this message and be like, yo, this is stupid, everyone knows that. But no, I promise not everyone knows it. And if I was able to get myself in this position up at the Feb top, or leading up into the Feb top, then I know for a fact there are still people out there that are getting themselves into this position right now, because it is obvious. Now, we have this obvious short setup here, and I'm sure people have been looking at this as an obvious short setup all the way back here. All right, anyone who is holding short back here, you're demolished. I don't care what date you have, you've gotten beaten down. All right, it's been pretty rough, and I get that. But yeah, people think like, oh, everyone's super bearish. Well, then why is VIX down here? Well, then why is the fear and greed index up here at 63? Why is max pain down here at 411? So I don't think it's extremely obvious to everyone. Like, to us, obviously it's going to be obvious because we are sitting here watching the market each and every day, and this is what we do. I'm guessing a lot of you are like me and like, hey, this is just your passion. You just genuinely enjoy the markets. All right. If that is you, then yeah, of course it's obvious to you. But like, hey, I've talked to my 2 people in my life that they check in on the markets and their portfolios and stuff. But guess what? They don't really watch the market in and out each day. They don't, they're not trading this. They're not attempting at all. And so I'm getting at, you're just not going to have that market sense. Like right now, this probably looks extremely bullish to most people. And I'm going to tell you right now, Yeah, you got a sick, nasty squeeze going on. This is the trifecta we spoke about down here when SPY was literally down here. This is exactly what we're speaking of, the trifecta. And that was likely going to be a bear trap. And if it wasn't going to be a bear trap, you're going to go slightly lower, and then you're going to start bouncing up from there. And that is, that's what I was pointing out yesterday on Apple. That's same case over here with the Apple 4-hour RSI. We were either going to start bouncing exactly here. All right, it didn't have to be exactly there, but like it looked to be exactly there. Look at that. Excuse-moi. Go drink some water. Or we're going to go slightly down, maybe to this gap fill, so maybe $3 more down, and then you're going to have one sick, nasty bounce, and that probably still takes out that high. So, yeah, I was saying it's very likely, all right, odds were in your favor if you're bent to the upside that you're probably going to get a move back up here before resuming lower. I just, you know, if you're going to get one sick, nasty sell coming, I'm guessing it's going to be in a style of a rug pull, since we are going straight up over here in the Qs. You know, this is likely a bull trap sucking in a lot of people before, you know, you have this inevitable move down. It has to happen, all right? Who's going to be buying up here? It's just not going to happen. You got stocks like this going on over here in NVIDIA. All right, NVIDIA is now actually at its next resistance, which are leaving gaps behind along the way. Right here, guys, and now you're just in this range here, which I'm just going to tell you, yeah, you probably do see NVIDIA stall out somewhere within this range to where it is right now. All right. But can any of us tell you where that's going to be? No. And why? Because, dude, do you see what's happening? The only buyers, all right, the only freaking buyers are the people getting squoze. All right. That is what I'm getting at. This is likely not going to end well, all right? Like, I've been talking about this for, like, the past 2 weeks. And, guys, don't think I've just been a perma-bear, all right? No, your boy has actually been calling this upside move pretty darn well, all right? I'm sure a lot of people are perma-bears down here. And, you know, your boy was still completely open and actually saying it was probable that we either traded flat this week or, you know, it's in the dealer's best interest to move you to the upside. We are literally rallying our asses off into the May 19 monthly Opex. Feb 17 Opex, it was put heavy. I told you guys about this, all right? You've rallied literally 2 days into the Opex, all right? The whole week, you spent wrecking the puts. And then on Thursday, you started your sell 1 day before your Opex, all right? And I'm sure anybody who panic sold over here was pretty pissed. And if you're panic selling up here, you're panic selling your puts and you got date on them, I'm going to tell you right now, I think you're going to be pretty pissed. I do think you're going to be pissed. I think there is a probability, like, you know, I'm going to give it right now. Henry odds, 6-1 odds. All right, which that sounds so good, guys. Do not let me give you false confidence. Do not. All right, like what I was briefly talking about before, let's finish up that thought right here, guys. Do not put yourself in a situation where you are wrecked if you get a $5 to $10 move to the upside here. Do not put yourself in a situation where, hey, if you come up here to 348, you're dead, you're leaving the market, and you're never coming back. Just don't do it. All right, because guess what? If you get completely wiped out before the move that you knew was coming, all right, well, you thought you knew was coming, and then boom, yeah, it proves itself that it's there and it's here, and you don't benefit from it. I promise, you're going to be so mad. I've had that happen a lot throughout this bear market. I've had that too many times, all right? Well, not too many times. It's just something that, like, comes. You're going to miss moves, all right? Like, if you're trading intraday, you're not going to miss the moves. You're likely going to catch the vast majority of them. That's like likely why I've been able to catch them with the Discord, just because we've been there. Like, hey, we're doing this on the daily. I don't care about the news that's going to cause these moves. No, I'm not getting ready days in advance. No, if I see things on the spot, I pull triggers. That's just how it's been. It's been glorious. It's been really good, really good. It was Apple. We got 40% on Apple. That was pretty sexy. And then it skyrocketed. It literally skyrocketed. And the contracts went from like 245 up to, from where I sold, all the way up to like 315. I was like, oh. And this happened in like 15 minutes. I was like, oh, Jesus. But also, like, who cares? It's just another day you're pulling out intraday money. That's how it is. But yeah, guys, I mean, hey, you got Apple over here suggesting you could be getting that bounce, right? We started getting that bounce. I don't know how high up that bounce is going to get. I assume you're probably going to come up and tap your head up here. All right, if I had to take a guess at it. But I don't know how high that bounce is going to be. I told you guys, like, hey, you're either going to go slightly down or you get your bounce here, and that's that. So you got Apple suggesting, yeah, you could have some more upside here. You got Goog. I don't think you're at your 123 resistance yet. Okay, so you're almost there. All right, we could have that one last shot up. But yeah, the point of this video, guys, is don't let everyone convince you that most of the market thinks this is an extremely obvious short setup. We have this thing. This is the CNB, like, not CNBC. This, well, yeah, it is. Well, it's either way. It's the not CNBC, CNN. This is their fear and greed index, guys. This is a news network. All right. If they, you know, like, I'm just saying, these are the people who take surveys of most of retail. We'll say that. Okay. Most of the people who don't actually pay attention to the market and like think they pay attention to the market, that's what this is taking into account. So those people, which probably make up like most of the money in the market, the passive money that, like, you know, isn't being actively traded and stuff, the people who are capable of panic selling. Well, I mean, I guess everyone's capable of panic selling, but, you know, sitting there seeing news and then panic selling, those people, that's what this is showing. And they're thinking that it's not extremely bearish, right? They're getting greedy. And now we have Max Payne over here at 411. Guys, SPY is at 415. All right, so that's for tomorrow's Opex. If that's going to, you know, if the deals are going to get their way, they're going to bring it down. It's actually the same. The Max Payne has not changed since the beginning of the week. Well, it went up $1. What is that, 411? Yeah, it was 410. Well, it was at least how I was looking at on Webull on the options chain. Dealers got to close you above 410 and under 411. Nothing has changed. And this is what I was saying. This was like, guys, we very well could just be range bound the whole week. We started out right here, came to the bottom of the range, boom, went up to the top of the range. Are we just going to come to the bottom of the range again and close out the week here? That would be pretty sexy price action. All right. And this is what I was saying. There's no reason getting super frustrated this week. All right. This price action is likely going to be dull, or there's going to be whipsaw moves and it's going to be range bound and full of tricks. So, like, and you get the VIX down here. When the VIX is down here, you're not going to have these crazy 2% moves. You're just not going to have them. You could have the move you had yesterday, but guess what? It has to be news driven. If not, you're going to be exactly this. You're going to just get traded flat. That's what, like, what the heck? All right. That is just what is going to be taking place. Look at that. We're getting that move up. We're getting that move up. We're getting that final squeeze. Boom, pop, bing, boom, pow. There you go. Let's check out Mr. Nvidia over here. All right. Something I'll actually point out is Bitcoin is not really participating in the, this move back up, whereas, like, you know, you normally see it participate with the Qs. It's not right now. It's actually getting rejected right at its neckline. So that is something to keep in mind in the back of your mind. But yeah, guys, I mean, we have just like a lot of things here suggesting we are right here at a top. And I don't care if I'm sounding crazy. I get it. Okay. You're like, you know, you're gonna, you know, lead people to the slaughterhouse. I think I'm actually doing the opposite in this video. I think I'm reminding people to do two things. All right, I'm reminding people to remember the thoughts you were having back here. All right, in the plan that, at least my plan was like, hey, this is your objective short. This is where, like, hey, I don't care. You put your stop on up here, and this is where you ride it. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm going no lube on this one. I'm not gonna say it's a wise move, all right? But like now, I'm in no lube now, all right? We're in no lube territory. We're there. And that is because, like, hey, all right, you can start moving up here, but I am going to be honest. This is very obviously to your boy. This is a fake move, all right? Also, again, we're having this declining volume, a fourth week in a row. That is not the best look. On the biggest move out of all these weeks and you're having the lowest volume, that is not the best look. It really is not. Plus, SPY is still under the blue box, or it's in it. It's under 417, and which means it's also under 418.31 still. So, like, in order to really get the squeeze going, if you start busting over 418.31, then I'm gonna tell you, like, you likely get a quick move to this 421.22. All right, but like, unless you get price action proving that, then why are you gonna freaking bet on that? All right, your upside here is so limited. Like, you could have $10 more of upside, but let's just look at this, okay? You just had a move up there. You just had a $25 move, all right? $25 move. Your resistance is right here. You're like right here, your top is now $1 away. So your upside potential is $1 away. You break out here, then like, yo, you're gonna like to safely trade the upside after you break it out. You're gonna need to wait for a higher low. And that's when you're buying the higher low. You're going to be buying at support. If you are really a firm believer that this is just an uptrend and we're going to keep this crazy move going, then yeah, there's that. But like, unless you're a gambler and you're not a professional trader, you're not going to be just sitting there buying the breakout and putting your stop on. You are very likely to wait for the breakout, wait for the higher low, wherever that comes, and then you're going to ride it after that. So even if you do slightly break above, I do think that's where you probably get that. You're just, who is going to be the buyer other than the people getting squoze? Who's the buyer? I don't see it. I can't make sense of it. And like, guys, I'm a logical person. I get it. We're in this market, and you know, the market isn't logical a lot of times. But guess what? All right, these are the things that just make sense, and there's nothing supporting upward price action. Look at Apple. Oh, if only your boy held the calls. It won't, nah. But also, that's what I'm saying. It's like I was stress free overnight. I mean, I know I got my data puts. I know I'm like, you know, I'm chilling. I got to pull my intraday money out. And there you go. You get to take it day by day. There you go. And if we gap down overnight, yeah, I was chilling. Now that we moved up, your boy got to take a better opportunity. All right. Like, you know, a glorious opportunity, in my personal opinion. Like I said, objectively speaking, this is where you want to go short. And I'm not saying like they can't bring you above here. They can't. All right. Very easily they can. But it's likely not going to go too much higher above it. So I'm going to make the call. I don't know if I already said it this video. I'm going to make the call here. All right. I think you see your top. I think you're within $5 of your top. I can eat my words next week or something. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea how that's going to go down. But I'm going to make the call that you're within $5 from your top. And yeah, that is what I'm going to leave you guys at. I don't really have too much else for you guys. I just wanted to really give you guys like that warning. Hey, don't put yourself in the move or you're wrecked if you do keep moving up from here. But also, don't let everyone convince you that this is an extremely obvious short. The fact that things are skyrocketing right now, and the fact that VIX is this low, and the fact that the fear and greed index is up here, shows me that it's actually not obvious to everyone. It's definitely not obvious. And max pain is at 411. So if you have everyone pumped up on drugs here, just literally buying in calls, you know, one day before the Opex, and the max pain is $6 underneath where it, well, it's $5 underneath where it is right now. Yeah, you have a probability suggesting that you were going to be going down $5 from where it is right now. You could have that R word occur, the rug pull. You could have that rug pull occur. So yeah, guys, I'm going to leave you guys off with that. I am looking for a top within the next few trading sessions, and I am looking for a top within the next $5 here on QQQ. There's no, like, that is literally just, that's my guess. That's my call. All right. With the conditions I'm seeing right now, I'm just going to say this doesn't make sense to me. All right. So, there we go. And look at that. You're now at 70 on your RSI. Like, yeah, guys, I do think you are, I think you're probably getting too overextended here, and you're probably going to start seeing that pullback. Let's actually look at this. All right, no, we've definitely just blown past that. You can't draw a big, no. All right, so I had rising wedges, all right? Rising wedges have been blown, just gone. They're gone now, all right? You see this one's been blown out. NQ had one, that one's been blown out. QQ had one, that one's been blown out. SPY's just over here in this range. So this is like, this really is why, like, I'm connecting these dots here and saying we're probably going to sell from here. Like, even though, like, this is the obvious and objective short there, I get it. We probably do sell. You're still, like, guys, you're right at the top of the range where sellers have defended you so many times now, all right? They've successfully done it so many times, and I get it. You're getting that buying pressure here. You got that buying pressure stepping up over here. We're gonna have to see you move above 418.31. I just don't think the long side up here makes any sense. I think it did make sense down here. I don't think it makes sense now. All right, you got your breakout. You hit 415 resistance. Now you're up here in the blue box. All right, they viciously defended you every other time. Are they going to viciously defend you this time? Like, just look at this, all right? You have 1, you have 2, you got 3, you have 4, you have 5, you have 6 over here, and that's just this time around. Take into these account, you have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, all right? So yeah, guys, all right. I do think sellers are going to defend. I think it makes sense. QQ is right here at its like key resistance. You come over here to Apple. Apple is right underneath its resistance there. You go to Goog. Goog is right underneath its key resistance over here. You can see it on the daily time frame. Once it shot up, that was in, what is this? It's your August high. All right, you come over here to Microsoft. What's going on here with Microsoft? Oh, what are we at? Key resistance. All right, so yeah. I think we're very likely very close to a top. So there's that. All right, I'll leave you guys off with that. DXY is going crazy. Peace out.